No worries. Daniel, how do you mark the performance overall, having been really impressive early and tough and then letting things go a bit after half time?
Yeah, well, let them go a lot. Jekyll and Hyde is what we were today. I thought our first half was terrific. It was they're a seriously good team back here, and the conditions play a part in all the games that are held here. And I thought we set the game up really well early. We weren't able to capitalise perhaps in that first quarter like we would have liked to, but I thought we owned the second quarter, despite some gifts that we gave them for their goals in that first half. I thought we were the better team in that first half. So I came in really bullish at half time about the prospects of a second half performance from our team. That wasn't to be. I think Fremantle up their game in that third term, and once the scoreboard started to tick for those first two goals, it looked like we really went into our shell. So I put it down to more a mental application issue as opposed to a football application issue.
Did you see signs, and have you seen signs over this last month? You've played a lot of the top teams that you can compete with the top teams for periods.
Yeah, look, I think even just as recently as last week against Adelaide, I thought our first half was really good again, probably didn't get the reward we would have loved from a scoreboard perspective, but we grew enormously. I thought last week to start to believe that we can really contend. Look, we're a fair bit off the top teams. That's pretty clear. So that's our reality. But we showed that we can really contend against some real high class opposition. So I was hoping that we would be able to continue that today, and we did in that first half. So yeah, there's certainly growth, but just the way that it drops away, or the speed with which it drops away, is a concern.
Daniel, I've read and heard some criticism around the intensity from the Carlton players, but today, from the first ball, there was clearly that intensity was there, and you won in contested possessions against a quality team. That would be something to hold your hat on to today.
Yeah, look, upon reflection, when I really dig deep into those, it might be a little tick in the box somewhere. But and you're right, we have been questioned about that through the campaign to date. It's certainly not something we're trying to avoid. I mean, contested footy is a pretty important part of the game. It doesn't matter what level you play. So, and it's been a strength of ours. So it's been a little bit off brand for us to be as inefficient in those areas in the first 5 weeks of the competition, 6 weeks now. But to be able to balance it up again today was, yeah, it's a little tick in the box, but it's only a very small one at the moment.
Trent was talking about how dangerous you guys are with Hill, Egan, Parkinson, Moody all back in the midfield pretty much for the first time. It must be relieving to be able to get that group together and to start building on what they can present.
Yeah, and that's the thing that we really want to see. We want to see chemistry and growth with combinations of players, and that is the first time we've seen that quartet on ball in the centre square at any time this season, for many varied reasons, obviously. But yeah, I mean, they're the things, and this is what we understand and have a bit of perspective of, is that we've taken a step back, so to speak, to grow in terms of what we've brought into the footy club and to be able to build towards the team that we want to be ultimately. But getting them out there together and having that chemistry and playing with each other, and anyone who's played footy at any level knows that the more you play with someone, the more you understand and the better the cohesion is. So that's our growth area. It's one of our key growth areas, is to get players out there playing together consistently so that they become more familiar to each other in the way they go about it. And that'll help.
You're getting the ball up forward, but today, again, only one player hit the scoreboard. And I think that's only 8 for the season that have kicked goals. You get a bit envious when I think Fremantle found 2 more today, and that's 15 that have hit the scoreboard for them over this season alone.
Yeah, well, one thing about Fremantle, fantastic. They kick goals from everywhere on the ground. The Neds kick a lot of goals, which is something we'd love to see our Neds do more of. They even get defenders running through and kicking goals at times, let alone their forwards, who are seriously talented as well, as we saw today in that third term in particular. Yeah, that's what we would like to see, what our players become. And again, it's experience, it's time in the game, it's confidence, it's all that stuff. And we just went from 100 to 0 pretty quick.
Mm.
What has quarantine sort of looked for you guys since flying in? Do you think it sort of limits your ability to perform or anything like that? Or are you just happy to be out here playing games?
No, I'm wrapped to be playing footy and have footy in WA, and I'm sure the footy fans in WA are pretty happy about that. Quarantine's okay. Look, we've got the rapid test. We're locked down. We can't move very far, but it's no excuse because our first half suggested that we were going pretty well. So we're not using that as any crutch to lean on. It is what it is a bit. You know, it's a couple of days. We'll be okay. Yeah, it's not too bad.
Any injuries today?
Mads, I think, has been taken for scans. Is that right?
Still being assessed.
Being assessed. Mads has been assessed at the moment. I don't know the full briefing just on that, but yeah, she came back on, and now she's being assessed. So she was pretty tough in that last couple of minutes, I reckon.
Yeah, and there are concerns. What she saw, is that why she's gone, or is it just precautionary?
100% don't know. We haven't had a conversation with the medical staff just yet. Look, the fact that she went out there is really positive, obviously, and put her body on the line a few times. So I think it's just being cautious with a player that we need to have up and about for the rest of the season.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thanks, Daniel.
Cheers.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.